we're going to tackle that fuel pump leak. We saw a little bit of issues with some of those hoses, and we're just going to go ahead and take a quick look down there and put it onto time lapse. All right, so that's new mechanical fuel pump there. It's that rebuildable style. And we're just going to go ahead and see what's going on with these leaks. Obviously that suction side has seen better days, so we're going to replace that as a start. Okay, we got the van up in the air, and let's take a close look at this fuel pump situation. I got that pinched off so it doesn't continue to leak, and it does look like there's evidence of leakage around here, but it was right around here that I was seeing most of it, and I was in the process of changing that hose out, and I was trying to work on it on the ground, and that wasn't really working out too good. It's a little bit of a hassle to get the van up in the air with this particular lift, but I went ahead and did that because we had some other operations to do. One thing we noticed is that this fitting is actually touching the cross member mount. So that's no bueno. I'm not liking that very much. So I have another fuel pump, but the clocking is wrong. The fittings are coming out like this, and I don't want to have to turn that. So I'm going to go and try to get a different fuel pump. I know the installer wanted to go with these solid AN fittings all the way up, and that's a great idea. But I just don't. I'm not getting that a warm fuzzy feeling on that piece right there. So anyway, I have a opportunity to check out the rest of it. So we'll go ahead and put some bushings. Let's see if I can balance this. Put some bushings up in here. We have a 3D print model of those. It helps guide those shift bars. On taking a shower, but not so early in the day. Turns out that lower radiator hose was not on there the correct way. The clamp looked like it was in place, but as soon as I touched that lower radiator hose, I got a press-on shower. So anyway, we'll take a break, clean up, and get back to it. I was thinking that it would be a lot better to have that happen here in the shop than out there on the road. If I'm driving this thing out there on the freeway and that pressure would have built up a little bit, or I'd come to some stop where the engine was hot, that hose would have just blown and I'd have lost all my coolant, and there would have been no indication on the inside of the vehicle until that temperature light came on, if that temperature light was working. And those are typically at 250 degrees. So that had already been pretty darn hot. Anyway, it's just one of the things that happens. So back to it, right? Done today. Pulled that pan off and checked out that fuel pump. Gonna have to change that fuel pump because of that interference right there. That's no bueno. And our other fuel pump, to replace it, it's kind of clocked the wrong way, so we don't think that's really gonna work. We'd have to have a few new fittings. It's just better to get one that's clocked correctly. So anyway, that's what we'll do there on these. Put this fuel pump down. Installed those shift rod bushings. Right there. Let's see how that works out. Fairly easy to put in, snap right in. And then did a little Rube Goldberg operation here, since we noticed that these spark plug wires, let me see if I can get this. These spark plug wires, I covered them up with this heat resistant tube wrap. Those two wires, they were just touching the exhaust flange, and that's just no bueno. So wrapped them up and then zip tied them. That's the Rube Goldberg part, to try to hold them away. Even with that wrap, they were still touching that manifold, and I don't like that. So anyway, we'll see how long that zip tie lasts under here. That might get melted away. We might have to put a put a wrap around that. So anyway, let's take a look at this wrap. Had this for a while. I don't remember where I got it from, but open it up. Come on. Open it up. It's got some weave in there. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Ceramic, fiberglass, asbestos for all I know. And then a removable tear strip with an adhesive tape on the other side. So that's that. We wish we could leave the van up in the air, but we just don't have that luxury. We've got to bring too many things in. Storm tracks coming in, and we're just gonna have to park this out there. I just did not want to down this van, pull that fuel pump out, and not have another fuel pump for it. So barring that, we'll just put it back together and go chase parts. And when we have them, then we'll go ahead and rack it again. With this particular rack, what I have to do is I have to drive the vehicle close and then pick it up with a floor jack, just enough to get the front wheels off, and then I can slide those front arms in. Kind of a hassle, but that's the lift we've got. Anyway, more on this one tomorrow or the next day. Thanks for watching.